is the writing on the wall for Angela Rayner. Tax evader is the smear on her home and her reputation. It's this flat in Hove that has left the Deputy Prime Minister fighting for her political future. So how did she get here? In 2016, Angela Rayner bought this house in her constituency in Ashton with her then husband for £375,000. 4 years later, in 2020, they separated and established a trust for their disabled son. Half the house went into the trust. Rayner and her husband retained a quarter each. Then, at the beginning of this year, she sold her share to her son's trust. But that's where the problem started, because as a trustee, she was still an owner of the house. From a tax perspective, it was still her primary residence. Then, in May this year, she purchased this flat in Hove using the proceeds from selling her share of the Ashton property. Now, she should have paid the second home rate of stamp duty of £70,000, but she received advice that she could purchase it as her primary residence and pay just £30,000, saving herself £40,000. Fast forward to August, when the Telegraph started asking questions about her tax affairs. On the 29th of August, she took further legal advice. Then, on the 2nd of September, a court order preventing discussion of her tax affairs because they are linked to the trust for her disabled son was lifted. The day after that, she admitted to Sky News political editor Beth Rigby that she hadn't paid enough tax and referred herself to the Standards Advisor. But there are still some unanswered questions. First of all, the advisors. She took a lot of advice from a conveyancing expert and 2 experts on trusts. So why did they all provide incorrect information? And there's also the government's own website, which has a stamp duty calculator that would have given her the correct advice. It's pretty simple. Why didn't she use it? And the big question, of course, was it a genuine mistake, or was she just trying to get away with paying less tax? So what happens next? Well, she has referred herself to the independent ethics advisor, Sir Laurie Magnus, who will investigate and decide whether she has broken the ministerial code. He's not bound by a strict deadline, but we expect the case to be concluded quickly, probably in a matter of days. He will report his findings and provide advice to the Prime Minister, and that advice will be published. Ultimately, though, it's the Prime Minister who will decide whether Angela Rayner remains in office. And finally, she will also have to pay back that £40,000 to HMRC, and she might also be fined an additional £12,000. He's been defending her, but the Prime Minister is also under pressure to say what he knew and when.
I knew that she was taking advice. I think there was some further information that was needed. That advice then came through on Wednesday morning, and Angela Rayner referred herself straight away to the independent advisor.
Back where it all started, in her constituency of Ashton-under-Lyne, they're not very impressed.
I think there's been a bit of a cover-up, to be perfectly honest. You know, she should have known this. She's housing minister, for goodness sake.
Do you have any sympathy for her?
Yeah, because I'm always trying to cheat, but I never get away with it.
That's really bad. I mean, like, this money is taxpayer money. It should be going back to the people. She's meant to represent the people. Essentially, one could argue that's stealing from the people.
A lack of support here among those who elected her paints a pretty dismal picture for Angela Rayner, and the outlook for the next few days could be even worse. Liz Bates, Sky News, Westminster.